Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a quick tutorial. We'll explore Google's brand new Gemma 3.0 Multimodal models, which were released just a couple days ago. I'll show you how you can experiment with Gemma in 3 ways completely for free. Let's get started. First method, according to Google, you can play with Gemma directly using aistudio.google.com. So here we are. I'm in the AI Studio here. So we are going to use Gemma 3.27b. I think this is the only Gemma 3 that you can access from here. All the settings, just make it like default. I just wanted to talk to it for now. So this is my prompt. Can you recommend me any good restaurant in Chicago? And hit run. Okay. It's asking me for the budget, and then it's giving me like some experiences. There's a lot of lists like Italian, Mexican, all right. Steakhouse, very standard. Bar, Chicago, Cut Steakhouse. All right, good information. Pretty good to know. This is not the purposes that we are testing Gemma today. We want to see how Gemma chat with your images, because that is like one of the feature that Google released, this new Gemma 3. So they said Gemma 3, you can, chat with your images, like asking the image that, like, for example, how many dogs are there in the photo. So we are going to do that. We're going to hit, plus, upload the file, and then upload our file. All right, this is bizarre. They say the current model doesn't support images, which is quite interesting because later on in another method through HuggingFace or Ollama, you will be able to chat with your image. I guess they're like still on their way to update, AI Studio.Google. So give them some time. We'll get back later to try again. So this is the first method that you can play with Gemma 3 for free. This is the second method, is to use HuggingFace and Google Colab. So we're on here, Google Gemma 3 4b. The reason why I use Gemma 3 4b because it's quite heavy. I tried Gemma 3.27b on Google Colab 8100 GPU and it didn't work out. So we are here, Gemma 3 4b for now. This is a gated model. As you can see it here, it say you have been granted access to this model. So once you get into, this page, it will ask you a couple of questions like, do you agree on all of these, rules and agreement? Just hit agree and then input your information, just as your first name, last name, your organization, and then you will get you will be granted the access to this model. So once you see this, so you're good to go. Now we need a couple of things. We need to get your HuggingFace token before getting to Google Colab. How do we get that token? So here you can see access tokens. I already have here. You would want to create a new token and you can name it anything. And then here's the important one. Make sure that you check these three to be, so these three are, the read access for all the public gated repos. So later on, it will be able to enable this HuggingFace for you to access to Gemma 3 in here. So that after you get all of that step, just hit create token. And remember, when you hit create token, copy your token and store it somewhere else because later you cannot retrieve it again. After you get to your token, let's get to Google Colab and see how we can set it up. this is Google Colab. If you are on Google Colab subscription, let's turn on your runtime 8100 GPU because later on you will be needing it to make the process run faster. So first, we go ahead and do the pip install from Git. This is to download the Gemma 3. After that, we go to pip install HuggingFace Hub. This one is for you to be able to log in into HuggingFace and use any model that you already got access granted over there. So in this case, we are going to be logging into our HuggingFace Hub. This is the token where you paste the token you just generated from HuggingFace. And when you hit paste, don't worry if you don't see anything showing here. It is there, believe me. Hit login and you'll be granted the access. After that, we are going to run a pipeline. So the pipeline, we are doing image text to text. We wanted to chat with the image, like any reasoning using your image, like asking basic question, how many dogs you see in this picture, what kind of dog breed is there in the picture. So running this, generate a pipeline. This one will be running for a while if you don't have GPU. So make sure that, turn on your A100 GPU here. Then after that, this is where you set the message, where you have the role, it's the system, the content, and the text here is that you are a helpful assistant. So you can change depending on what type of the purposes of this assistant. For example, it can be like very specific role, like you are a senior data analyst, or you are a senior data engineer. So it really depends on the context and what kind of purpose that you want the model to do. And then here I give it like an image link. This link I already have it here. So this is a very cute images of a lot of dogs. This is tricky because here it's basically count as a dog, but it's like a half images. Here is also like a half images. So it's really hard. I try Grok, I try Gemini, I try ChatGPT, I try GPT 4.5. They all fail to answer this question. So do not expect Gemma to answer correctly how many dogs are here in this picture. But just want to just to try and see the reasoning of ability when it comes to like image. So the context here, the text here, I asked how many dogs are there and can you name all breeds, which is again hard. So it's run quite fast, and this is the answer that I have. First of all, it say, okay, let's take a look at this adorable group of dogs. So it's realized there's a group of dogs, but then it's failed to count specific number of dogs. So it say based on my assessment, I can see approximately 20 to 25 dogs. So it's not really accurate because there are 19 dogs in here. But again, don't be disappointed because Grok tell me it's 18, GPT tell me it's 16, Gemini tell me it's 15. So it's really hard to, identify, especially this one. This one is like, is it really a dog? So, all right, this is how it's giving me like some kind of breed, not very, accurate based on whatever there, but I can see, border collie, golden retriever, which is correct. So, well, this is how you chat with your image using Gemma. I also have another example. This example is, in my opinion, easy because the question is, what kind of animal are on the candy? So as we can see it here, it's a turtle. And the answer is, Okay, let's take a look at the candy. And it say, based on the image, the animal on the candy appeared to be a turtle because you can see the shell shape and the head and the legs. So it have the ability to reason, right? It's like, see the image and then reason based on the shape, the head, the legs, and they tell you it's a turtle. So meet my expectation. Last one, Ollama. We love Ollama because we can run it locally. So luckily, Gemma 3 is on Ollama. Here you can run, say, the current most capable model that runs on a single GPU. I would advise not to pull 12B or 27B if you don't have, the high spec. I would go ahead and pull 4B because it is doable. 12B, A100 run type GPU on Google Colab was a little bit struggle. 27B crash. So I would say 1B or 4B. My spec here, I have a 16 GB on Mac. So would be sufficient in my opinion. If you don't know about Ollama or haven't used Ollama before, don't worry about it. I had one of the tutorials showing you how to download Ollama, how to run Ollama locally. Let's check it out. So, first up, we need to pull Gemma. In here, I have Ollama pull Gemma 3 4B. Again, I'm using 4B just, in case that, because 12B and another version, I think 27B, is pretty heavy for my spec. So that's why I'm just using 4B. So I already have it here, successfully pulled. Now let's do Ollama run Gemma 3 4B. Alright, let's ask something. Same question. Can you give me any restaurants in Chicago that have steak? But this is just a random question. Yeah, they say Chicago has a ton of fantastic steak restaurants. Okay, cool. Wait, hold on. Give me like a URL where I can go and see? No, this is cool. Basically, I like this a lot because I remember when ChatGPT was like first launched, I asked, can you give me 10 restaurants, top 10 restaurants in Philadelphia for Vietnamese food? And it gave me like 5 out of 10 fake restaurant. So this is cool. I hope this URL is, a right restaurant or a correct restaurant. It does give me like a range. How much does it cost? Pretty cool in my opinion. So, a lot of use case here, right? This is for chatbot. This is for your AI agent. And if you have enough spec, you can run 12B. You can chat with your image. And according to Google, you can chat with your video as well. Kinda cool, right? Alright, let me know if you have any question, feedback. I always love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much.